Hi, this is Neelam Kothari Soni, and you're watching me on Zoom.
If offered to you to do such intimate scenes, would you agree on that?
Well, I did Made in Heaven. I did
Yes.
an intimate scene in that. It was with my husband.
But again, exactly like you're doing with your own partner. But if
Would
given
I
a
be
chance otherwise,
comfortable? I mean, I don't want to sound like a prude, but I don't think I would be comfortable.
okay.
Irrespective of whether Samir is okay with it or not, I would not be comfortable. So I didn't speak to Ekta for almost, I think, 3-4 months because we had this rip-roaring fight. I was like, how could you make my husband do this? And she was like, but didn't your husband read the script before doing it?
Yeah.
So there was this whole rift that happened. I love the camera. And I hope the camera loves me too.
Of course it does.
Because would I do something else? Why not? I mean, if something interesting comes my way, I have mixed feelings about it. It all depends on how much time they would require. Govinda also, we matched our dance steps perfectly, and so when we used to dance together and we had like song sequences. It used to be like a competition, who's doing it better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were very competitive.
Hi, this is Samina Sheikh here on Zoom channel, and with me today, Monday brings a lot of energy because I have the vivacious Neelam Kothari join me as I welcome her only on Zoom.
You're full of energy on
Full
a
of
Monday
energy.
morning.
Yeah, it's just
Hats off. Where do you get this energy from?
Right now, like the vibe is working on me, I must say that. But I could see that, Bollywood Wives are on a different roller coaster altogether with this season. And it seems like there is a lot of mix of Mumbai and Delhi. How was it for you?
I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was very different. The season is, I think that's what they wanted. They wanted a mix of, a few other people. And I think, what better choice than Delhi? Because the comparison has always been there since years, which is a better city, Mumbai or Delhi, which is the better food, Delhi food or Mumbai food. So that comparison has always been there. So I thought they made a great decision. And it was fun for us, it was different for us because you had different people on the show, different topics to discuss, different personalities to deal with. So it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, Neelam, as we talk about the fun element, there's also one thing which you said, like the comparisons, and we do that often, even on social media. We're like, Delhi has this thing that, they always claim that they have the best food. Do you really vouch for it?
The food is amazing over there. You didn't see that scene where I'm having that chola bhatura and I was like, I was in heaven. It's just, I love the food in Delhi, the vegetable quality, the mutton quality, everything is yum. Yum.
when it
I
comes
always put on like 2-3 kilos when I come back. So yeah, Delhi food is fab.
And when it comes to quality of people, what do you have to say on that?
Well, quality of people, I mean, every city has a mixed bag. So even on the show, the personalities, we had a mixed bag of people, which made the show so interesting because, you had Kalyani who was, sort of very demure and, she was in her own world. You had Ridhima who's, moohfat and, what you see is what you get. Very candid. She looked lovely. And then you have Shalini who's, someone who's got a very different personality. And, so all these people together with us, I mean, it was, I think, a nice combination, a fun combination.
And how do you describe your own personality as, when you meet so many people together? Like, how do you feel otherwise?
So my character, I wouldn't say character, but I think in season 3, my personality, I was more true to myself. And I was like, Teri to, I've been so good in season 1 and 2. And I said, now my bolti has to open.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to be a little more moohfat in season 3. Yeah, and I think people got to see a fun side of me and a different side of me a little bit because I was a little more comfortable, definitely. Season 1, season 2, I was a little restrained. I didn't want to like step on anyone's toes. I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So I was very careful. So season 3, I said, I'm going to go all out. I'm going to just say it as it is. And that's what the show is about. You got to give your 100%. And at the end of the day, it's a reality show. People are going to be watching it. If a certain episode has happened or someone has said something, that episode or that one line will be dissected and nichodified and repeated many times because it's reality, right? At the end of the day, we have to entertain the audiences, have to sort of have them gripped watching the show. And yeah, it's all about, you know, connecting with the audiences.
How much of the Gen Z world has, kind of consumed you in your current life?
I mean, honestly, there were lots of topics that over the 3 seasons, we've discussed a lot of topics, and each topic has resonated with someone or the other, mainly women, of course. So I think now season 3 is very, very different. So I think the Gen Z have sort of caught on to it, and they're actually saying that, it's great to see women of your age, okay, living this life and owning it. So I think that's a plus, getting this feedback from the youngsters.
Plus, we also had to play safe. Actually, Saif, as he was also there on board, and you have worked with him. So, how it was to have.
I think it was just, great to have Saif for the finale because he's intelligent, he's very well read. He was reading Charles Dickens, A Tale of Two Cities, and it was so perfect and it was so apt. And Saif has a great sense of humor. He's very funny. I mean, we shot for like 2-3 hours, but they've only, kept a certain amount. He had us in splits, We were just laughing so much, and it was great to connect with Saif again because I've done a couple of movies with him. So it was fun. And we were recalling, his first film, which was Parampara, and that one dance step which we had to do in Switzerland where we were highly embarrassed. And they made us do that step, in the bookstore. So it was quite embarrassing again, but it was fun, nostalgia.
And as we go back to the days, when you were completely all out there, people would speak about in the picture, and you have worked with Govinda, you have actually shared screen space with him a lot more, in fact. How it was for you?
I mean, I've worked with practically all the actors.
Yes.
I think barring Anil Kapoor. I never got a chance to work with Anil Kapoor and Ajay Devgan. I mean, listen, working with each co-star was a different experience because, like, for example, Jackie Dada, I mean, he used to treat me like a little kid on set. He used to look after me. We're both foodies, so we used to eat together. We used to have lunch together, lunch break. He used to open my tiffin. Mom used to cook food, Thai food, and she used to send. So he used to be like, I hope Mom has sent, my favorite Thai food. So, I mean, just each co-star. I have many stories about Chunky, Govinda also, we matched our dance steps perfectly. And so when we used to dance together and we had like song sequences, it used to be like a competition, who's doing it better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were very competitive because we both were known for our dancing. And yeah, so it was more like a dance competition rather than just shooting for a song.
What made you take such a long break, and get convinced for this one, though?
For the Bollywood Wives?
Yes.
Oh boy, I've said this many times. I left the industry when, listen, everyone and everything has a shelf life. So I realized that my shelf life was over.
Okay.
And I said, let's quit. So I stopped doing films when I was at the top. And I realized that the roles that were coming to me were not that great. And what I was not, I was not used to getting these kind of offers. And I didn't care for them much. So I joined the family business, which is jewellery. And yeah, and that was my plan B. my backup plan, and I'm still doing it today. And now, how did I end up doing a reality show? Well, it was Karan who, it was his idea, and Seema, Bhavna, me, and Mahip have been friends since the past 25 years. And each one of us have such different personalities and distinct personalities, yet we, gel so well, and we have that comfort with each other. And he saw that. And he said, you know what, it's just dynamite, and, people are going to love it, and I'm making a show on four of you. And I was honestly, beginning when he told me, I was petrified. I was like, you know what, getting back in shape, facing the camera again, I chickened out. I was the first person to chicken out and say, you know what, this is a reality zone. I'm not playing a character. Neelam is playing Neelam herself.
Yeah.
Which is a little unnerving, because cameras in your home, they're capturing your life, your husband, your child, your day-to-day, whatever you're doing in life. I wasn't too sure about it. And then, cut a long story short, Samir said, listen, you're giving yourself too much importance. Just do it. Shut your eyes and dive into it and give it all. And like Karan said, it's a reality show. You've got to give it your 100%. So,
which you did, actually.
I mean, I tried my best, and let me tell you one thing. It's not easy. I think it's much easier just getting your dialogues and playing that character and playing that role, than doing reality TV, because you've got to be entertaining, yet you've got to be yourself. You're not playing
And
a
at
role.
the same time, guarded. Were you
Guarded,
guarded? Yeah.
I was in season 1, season 2.
Yeah.
But I think season 3 I sort of let loose a little.
Yeah. But as an interesting part is also about your life, your personal life, your love life. Tell the audience about how you all met. A lot of people know about it, but I would like to hear from you.
Oh my God, it's a very, very long story. So, Samir and me, before we got married, we sort of knew each other for what? Maybe 4 or 5 years. And Ekta actually introduced us. No, the first time I met Samir, didn't meet him, I saw his play, Anything But Love, which he does with Mandira Bedi. And I told Ekta, I said, he's kind of cute. He seems like a very decent chap and well-spoken.
Yeah.
And so she was like, really? You think he's cute? And then via, he got to know, Samir got to know. And then once we met at Ekta's party, and he said that, okay, I'm going to call you. So I was like, he's going to call me. He doesn't have my number. Yeah. Anyway, cut a long story short, he finally called me. We finally started chatting on the phone. We met each other after, I think, 1 year of chatting on the phone, because I think I was in a space where if I got into a relationship, it had to be marriage. Or for, the right reasons, not just a fling or whatever. And I think he was coming from the same space. So both of us were very guarded, very careful. And then we started dating. We did break up many times.
Okay. Well,
yes, in those 4 years, we broke up many times. Then he went into Big Boss. And I think Big Boss is when I think he actually realized that, he actually realized my worth. Because he was there with no phone. We couldn't meet. And I think, it dawned on him that maybe this woman is the one for me. And he came out of the house and he just proposed to me, and he said, will you marry me? Yeah. And I was like shocked. I was like, okay, give it some time. So he was like, no, speak to the pundits, find out a good day. And we were married in 20 days.
Amazing. That's very interesting.
It's a long story, but yeah, that's how it happened.
But as the relationship evolved, also came a lot of stories about the friends kind of instigating you to kind of question him when he was doing some, scenes, for his roles. Intimate scenes, and that went viral. That video also went viral when the confession happened and all.
So, I'm a true blue Scorpio. So I am very possessive about my husband. Yes, and I got to know that, he had some intimate scenes, and, which is fine. But I didn't know to what extent the scenes were. And Ekta happened to be the producer, not the director. She was producing that show. So I didn't speak to Ekta for almost, I think, 3-4 months, because we had this rip-roaring fight. I was like, how could you make my husband do this? And she was like, but didn't your husband read the script before doing it?
Yeah.
So there was this whole rift that happened. Anyway, you know what? It's over now, and I've also learned my lesson that it is his profession. There's certain
So you have to
scenes.
control
Yeah,
yourself.
there's certain scenes that an actor has to do, which is absolutely fine.
But if offered
Now
to
I'm
you-
okay with it.
Acha.
After many fights.
Many fights.
And that too, fighting with my best friend and my husband at the same time. Yeah, I've learned my lesson. Zip it.
But if offered to you to do such intimate scenes, would you agree on that?
Well, I did Made in Heaven. I
Yes.
did an intimate scene in that. It was with my husband.
But again, exactly, like, you're doing with your own partner, but if
Would
given a
I be
chance otherwise-
comfortable? I mean, I don't want to sound like a prude, but I don't think I would be comfortable.
Okay.
Irrespective of whether Samir is okay with it or not, I would not be comfortable.
And it's always said, which is a very interesting part, whenever you have to meet Neelam Kothari, you have to raise your standards, you have to raise your bar. One such incident is of the
No.
jewellery not being your types. So it looks like, you already have set a certain type for yourself.
I was joking. Okay, my heap and me was like getting dressed for this mash ball that Shalini Pasi was throwing, and God, there was so much pressure on us. Oh, it's Delhi, you have to really deck up and you have to really dress up. And we had like a bunch of jewelry on a tray, and she picked up a pair of earrings and she said, Neelam, is this your pair of earrings? And I said, no, it can't be, because my jewelry cannot be so ugly. And it's a fact, Neelam Jewels is elegant, it's classy, it's beautiful.
But don't you also feel, and this is one thing even I've seen that, because I'm from Bombay and born and brought up in Bombay, South Bombay. So I feel that the dressing style of Mumbaikar is way too, we keep it very minimal. Versus Delhi, I feel they overdo whatever they do. Do you feel the same?
I do feel that Delhi definitely makes more of an effort when they go out, even for a lunch or even for a tea. Forget about a party.
Yeah.
That the women there do sort of dress up, which is great. They make a huge effort. Like if I were going for lunch over here in Bombay, I'd be wearing my ripped jeans and my sneakers.
Exactly.
And my t-shirt. That's easy breezy.
And it's cool basically for us actually.
Well, I'd rather be comfortable than, be sucking in my stomach and with my high heels, and I'd rather be comfortable, please. For me, comfort comes first.
But don't you also feel that Bombay is also a bit reclusive? Like we do open up, it's not like we don't, but we try to keep it like low in certain occasions. Like we prefer our privacy over just being loud all out there.
No, I think Bombay, if you're talking about like parties.
Yes.
No,
We do enjoy. It's not like we don't enjoy,
Yeah.
but it's like we're not that loud enough, as such.
Yes,
as a Delhiite.
Delhi is sort of out there.
Yes.
Bombay is a little sort of, we underplay things.
Yes.
But of course, there are these big lavish parties which are thrown once in a while. And when those parties are thrown, I think nothing comes close to it. No Delhi, no Paris, no whatever. I think, when like, say, for example, like Karan's 50th birthday, I mean, it was stunning. It was absolutely, it was outstanding. So I think, when Mumbaikars want to do something and they want to go all out, they kill it.
How it has been with Karan, because, of course, he's tried to get the other side of Neelam, which is otherwise like you took like 2 episodes to come out and open. How it has been with him.
Oh my God. It was, I'll be honest, it was very uncomfortable for me, because I am a certain way, and yes, I mean, my close friends will see a different mad side to me. They know that crazy side to me. But in front of the camera, and it's at the back of my mind, the whole world is going to be watching this. Um, so in season 3, I think this time the creatives sort of egged me on a little bit, so I opened up a bit.
Yeah.
When you hear that, oh, but this one is saying this about you. Really? Teri to? So then I got into my
Yeah.
josh and I said, okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'm not holding back this season.
Oh wow, that's lovely. But if you had to like speak about one of your closest friends, who is that and why?
Out of the 7,
Out of the 7, yeah, or otherwise also in case
well,
if you
look,
have
I
to count.
have my childhood friends, and I have a different set of friends who are not from the industry. That's a different thing. And then I have this set of friends, Seema, Bhavna, Mahip, who I've known through the years, I think over 25 years. And it's thanks to Gauri that she sort of kept it together, because we keep on meeting at Mannat. And yeah, and who is my favorite? Like one day, if I have a problem, if I need advice, I'll call Bhavna.
Okay.
If I'm having some other problem, depending what it is, I'll call Seema. If I want a bit of entertainment, if I'm feeling low, I want, some entertainment and some gossip, I'll call up Mahip. So it just depends on, what the situation is.
Amazing, and that's interesting, I must say that. But how
Yeah.
much does Neelam loves to be on camera? Will we
Huh?
get to see you often on camera? Do you love the camera? Do you wish to like have more apart from Bollywood Wives?
I love the camera. And I hope the camera loves me too.
Of course it does.
Because would I do something else? Why not? I mean, if something interesting comes my way, I have mixed feelings about it. It all depends on how much time they would require, the script. So, I'm running my own business. My daughter is 12. She's going to be 12. So a lot of my time is dedicated into this. When I shoot Bollywood Wives, it's literally 3 months of, my time, which is perfect for me.
Yeah.
It works out just fabulously. So, yeah, let's see. Never say never.
That's true.
If something interesting comes my way, yes, I would love to do it.
Did you get any feedback from your daughter as well for the show? Like, is she enjoying all the?
So I have to confess, my daughter hasn't watched anything.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, because listen, when the show released, I think she was what? She was 9, 8 or 9, and now she's going to turn 12. I'm like, hold on,
It will take
later
time for
on.
her to understand.
There's going to be there's a right time for you to start watching Bollywood Wives. Not there's anything, but yes, because of the language and whatever.
Yes.
So I've kept her away from
Away
it.
from it, yeah.
So what does she like? What does she think? Well, she definitely prefers me being a jewelry designer than an actor, because I think acting does take your headspace. It does take a lot of energy and time, and it's very demanding.
That's true.
So I think she'd rather have mommy all to herself and just me going to the office and back.
But also, Neelam, you were someone who also opened up, of, getting certain treatments done, you were completely okay of, opening up that. And that's a very good thing, there's no filter as such, when celebs are opening up something like this. Because, of course, when you're facing the camera, you need to look in a certain manner, have a certain texture, or, look in a certain, have an outfit. How was that for you, keeping that, unfiltered completely?
I mean, honestly, I really honestly don't think it's such a big deal, because after a certain age, I think most women, not all, most women are doing some treatment or the other. And I promise you, sometimes I see women of a certain age and they look great and they're looking amazing. I feel like going up to them and asking them, who's your doctor and what are you doing? But it's just that they shy away from, giving out all the information. You know, it's, I don't know why it's like this top secret who they go to and what treatment they're doing. What's the big deal? I mean, if you can help another woman and guide another woman, I think it's great.
That's true, and that definitely you try to showcase that. But if you had to, as you said, like, you know, if given a chance, you wouldn't mind doing a role. If you had to come back with any of these actors, you know, who would it be and why?
Any of these actors now, honestly, I don't want to be cocky and I don't want to be funny saying Ranveer Singh, but yes, I am a fan. But I don't know. I mean, I think I guess it just depends on the script and the role, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have any specific person in mind.
I have to ask you this before I let you go. There's a very interesting, you know, incident which took place when you were shooting for Hum Saath Saath Hain, and Mahesh Thakur recently spoke about that. You know, he felt like, you know, you got irritated when he fell on you, and there was some sing. Like, what exactly happened? What was the commotion?
Honestly, I can't remember getting irritated with him. I mean, honestly, because I mean, I wouldn't get irritated if my co-star stepped on my toes.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I don't think so.
Before I let you go, what are your upcoming projects you're focusing on after this?
Well, right now I'm focusing on my new creation, my new collection that I'm doing for Neelam Jewels. Now that my shooting is done with Bollywood Wives, I'm focusing on Neelam Jewels, and I'm coming out with a new collection which is more pret, more wearable, more fun, like this. You know, I'm doing a nice combination of different colors and more fun jewelry.
Lovely chatting with you, Neelam, and it's lovely having you on board.
Thank
and looking
you.
forward to do more and more of interviews of yours, and more
Thank
and
you.
more of you we would like to see on screen. Thank
That's
you
so
so much.
sweet.
For your
Lovely
time.
talking to you.
Thank you.